Mickey talks the truth.
Okay. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind.
Hey, listen, you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Good reporting ass Mickey.
We love you, Mickey.
Y'all already know all information contained on this live is for entertainment, heavy on a mother effing entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used on this live is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you and your mama, not nobody on this channel, this panel, or in this chat. And another disclaimer for those who have not read the description to my channel, I am not a lawyer. Nothing I say should be used as legal advice because it's not legal advice, okay? If you do need legal advice, however, you can go talk to an actual licensed lawyer or attorney of your choosing, all right? And like the disclaimer says in the video, that you can actually see the consequences of anything that you try to run with from the channel is definitely on you, all right? So with that being said, hey, just sit back, enjoy my opinion based off my free thoughts of what I'm listening to, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let's get started.
You can't handle the truth.
Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. We is live with it. All right, I had to cut my mic on. So today has been a long day. I can tell you that. But the Ynw Melly news honestly had me over here just like, what does that mean moving forward, right? And I'm like, it's been a minute since we actually like really look back at this possibility. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. His ex-girlfriend being like caught, I never thought it was gonna happen. Like for real. I never thought they was gonna get her into custody. Okay, so if you don't know or haven't heard, Ynw Melly's ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, has been arrested down in Miami-Dade and will be, I'm pretty sure, moved up to I'm not sure, is that up, down, move over to Broward County. All right. And some of us that are new to I bet y'all thought I had my camera. Some of us that are new to this case may not even know the significance of Mariah Hamilton. Not all of us have been like rocking out since the beginning. So we're going to kind of take a look back. This live probably going to be like maybe an hour and some change, something like that. Because really just more so a review. And I think the best place to start is the interview that she did with Law and Crime. All right. So we're going to get into that first.
For me, because I'm currently wanted.
Mariah Hamilton, the ex-girlfriend of accused murderer Ynw Melly, sits down for an interview with us to talk about the case, her relationship with the rapper, and why she never appeared in court. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So anybody who follows Sidebar knows that we were pretty heavy in covering the Ynw Melly double murder trial out of Broward County, Florida. This was the case of the rapper, real name Jamel Demons, who's accused of shooting to death.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know why they stopped doing the coverage like they did with the Melly case. How, you know, when they did the YSL case, they didn't have like the breaks with the attorneys going back and forth about things like actually on Law and Crime. So I don't know why they didn't do that, but I hope when the trial comes back around, they bring that back up. That used to be, that used to be very helpful while we was reacting to the trial for sure.
Death, his two friends and fellow Ynw group rappers Christopher Thomas Jr., or Ynw Juvie, and Anthony Williams, or Ynw Sack Chaser. The two men were found shot to death on October 26, 2018, after Melly's co-defendant, Cortland Henry, or Ynw Bortland, pulled up to the hospital with the bodies of Thomas and Williams in the car, claiming that they were all victims of a drive-by shooting. Now, the evidence has suggested that this was a staged drive-by shooting and that the shots actually came from inside the vehicle. And in their case, the prosecution focused on ballistics, trajectory, potential gang affiliations of Ynw Melly, but in the end, it didn't work. The jury didn't find Melly guilty, but they also didn't find him not guilty. They actually couldn't make a decision. They were hung, and a mistrial was ultimately declared. It came after 14 hours of deliberations. Not an easy case. And as we think about the upcoming retrial, we look back at the case and we think, wow.
I just think about something. Hold on, y'all. What was y'all doing when the verdict came in on the Melly case, the first go around? I was live that day. I'm actually about to see. It was a Saturday. I remember that. Hold on. Matter of fact, while I look for it, I'm gonna continue to let it play. But I want to see exactly in that moment when we heard that verdict, what was make sure it was on. What was our whole, like, what was you feeling at that moment? Because I was like, shit, I don't know. I kept saying, I don't know what they're gonna come back as, but they came back so quick, I was like, might be over. So let's see. I'm gonna look for it while we listen.
There were a lot of people who testified, but there was one significant absence. Someone who was mentioned but never appeared in court. Ynw Melly's former girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton. Now, why is she so important? Well, Mariah Hamilton's mother, Felicia Holmes, told police in December of 2018 about a FaceTime call between Melly and Hamilton, her daughter, right after the shooting, where, according to her, Melly said someone shot the car up, that a car was coming behind him, that presumably the shooter or shooters were hiding there, and then he said he thinks Sack Chaser and Juvie are dead. Then she says she saw Melly at this guy Fredo Bang's house. Apparently, Fredo picked him up after the shooting. And while she offered to Melly to stay with her after all of this happened, she says Melly went to a video shoot after all this happened. Then at some point, Holmes says that her daughter told her that Melly was threatening her and that she feels Melly had something to do with the murders. Hamilton even talked to law enforcement about a text from Melly where he allegedly says, "I take lives." Hamilton also addressed possible tension that Melly.
Y'all make sure y'all pay attention. For those that's new to the Melly case, this is very important. Why this is such a big piece of the puzzle, right? His ex-girlfriend. Just pay attention to all that she is supposed to bring to the table for the state. Okay. Not to mention, we ain't even got to the other part of it, the witness tampering. But just pay attention.
May have had with one of the victims, and follow-up reporting indicates that might have been Sack Chaser. Now, this is important testimony, right? This is important evidence. But the problem was Miss Holmes' sworn deposition years later in 2022 was not consistent with what she told police in 2018. In fact, when Holmes took the stand in Ynw Melly's trial, things got heated, basically accusing the government, from law enforcement to the prosecutor, of threatening her and her daughter, Mariah Hamilton, to testify against Melly.
Did you have an opportunity to read the statement you gave in 2018?
I read the statement.
Okay.
I don't remember anything from that statement, but I do remember my deposition from December 22.
Were you honest and truthful with law enforcement when you spoke with them?
I would hope so. I mean, it was 2018. I went through a lot in that year, so I'm not sure where my mindset was at that time. I do remember that they kind of bullied me and threatened my daughter and take her to jail for accessory after that. I do remember that.
When you first took the stand, you said,
What's up? Ann said they know he did it. That's why he's still in jail, huh? Well, that's not normally how it's supposed to go. Okay. He's still in jail though because of the allegations against him and what they presented as far as that evidence is strong, to the point where normally in Florida, when you get charged with that type of crime, you know what I'm saying? You don't supposed to get a bond. But remember, Ynw Bortman was able to get a bond because he requested the Arthur hearing, which was a bail hearing. And they were able to show the evidence, but they were stronger towards Melly because that's who, you know, they thought was the shooter. And that's why Bortman was able to get out originally. Are they violating his rights? Well, according to the federal judge, no. It's not really. It's like I don't know really how to explain it and like where it won't be confusing because I like to say it's like that gray area where to the outside we probably see or feel like it's like some type of violation, but it's like the state is like kind of on the fence where maybe if they go a little bit to the left, they may be at the point violating his rights, but they like are teeter tottering but so far even the federal judge hasn't deemed they did anything yet. So I'm gonna go with no on that for now. All right, y'all. So I found the live real quick. Just again, because it's been a minute. Over a year since we did the first trial. And we were on live. Because remember, we went live the whole time during the first trial. So this is what we had to say when we heard the verdict the first time. I don't know why my screen is lagging.
Find Peter Parker.
I had just refreshed it. We almost missed it. I think that was hold on. I'm gonna have to pull it back on my other phone too, because I thought that was the spot where they was at. Good times, okay? Good times. We done came a long way, okay? Shout out to all the legal people in here we go. Y'all remember I was like, my heart is beating. Look at his chest. Look at his chest. His heart is racing. It should though.
Thank you. Please be seated. Let the room once again reflect the presence of the defendant. This counsel, this is state attorney, and ladies and gentlemen, for ladies and gentlemen, to see the jury inquiry form. It indicates that after further discussions, reviewing the evidence and speaking freely amongst the jury, we are still unable to reach a unanimous decision. So at this time, what I am going to do is just declare mistrial, mistrial, and indicate to you that how much we appreciate the fact that you were here and willing to serve. One thing I try to tell jurors at the beginning of the trial process, all people were dire, is how much. So we were like, what the fuck? Okay, the first time. So again, that was the first go around when the trial came. And I just played that because it's been a minute, y'all. Like just to see, like we were here covering this in real time. And again, they didn't have Mariah Hamilton the first time. And we're going to kind of go down the rabbit hole to just memorize ourselves with what's the importance of her to the case. Mickey, I don't think he's going to come from under this case. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Once I heard they had Mariah, I was like, this probably about to go bad. Okay. Like as far as I think this is probably like the defense's worst nightmare. Now, that's just going off of what the state, as y'all even heard Lauren Crime, like repeat, like what they say she know, like she is the dot connector according to the state, right? She is the one who said Fredo Bang picked him up. She saw him on FaceTime in the woods. Like she knows, like she is the one that's supposed to be that piece. Okay. That's crazy, okay? The only thing I can't get over is since he cannot prove when and where he got the car, he guilty in my eyes. Yeah, because even when we reacted to the trial, I said in the beginning, now we went live like over 50 times for Melly, so I cannot tell you which one to go look at. But for those who, want to go back and look, I did say this. I said, listen, to me, if I was on the jury, I would have needed to, I can't just jump from seeing him on the video to then seeing the car pull up to the hospital. I would need to know where he got out at. Like, I would need that pinpoint, right? To me, I wouldn't be able to go guilty or not guilty without that dot being connected somehow. You know what I'm saying? My mind wouldn't work like that. And pieces of information that was in the actual investigation didn't come into the trial. And remember, I kept telling y'all, I was like, I can't just like I had to watch it like I never read any other documents because it was some stuff that never made it in to the trial. Like, boy, I done did videos about this, so y'all got multiple Melly playlists for y'all to catch up on. But just a few things was the fact that they had record showing. I don't know, did this make it to trial? I don't think it did. But they had records showing that Melly, not Melly, the driver of the car, the other car that went to Melly's house, left back out around the same time that they're saying Melly would have been in the like woods or would have been in the car with them, right? That never made it to trial. Another piece was they found what the phone dang, I can't remember, but I got videos on it. I'm trying to look the same way I'm trying to refresh y'all brain, I'm trying to refresh mine. But it was a lot of pieces that never made it to trial. So I try to look at it, you know what I'm saying, from that standpoint. So it's a lot, right? It's a lot that didn't make it to trial. Now, imagine what didn't make it to trial the first time. Now, stuff that did make it to trial the first time got thrown out the second time. So, and it got thrown out, and it was gonna be an uphill battle because a lot of the phone records got thrown out because they had too far much of a time. It was supposed to be a more condensed time frame. So the trial was already going to be definitely a different. Then we got a different prosecutor, but I just thought about this as I was saying the other part. Now, if they got Mariah Hamilton, and if she still is saying things or saying the stuff that the state want her to say, some of that evidence may come back in. So this is kind of a chess move in so many ways. Now, again, she could go in there and say, I don't know what my mom was talking about. She lied to y'all. Like, she can go in there and say, I don't know. But I'm just going off of the theory of what they have said, she said in the past, and how that would impact the trial moving forward. Okay. Oh, wait. So they took all the evidence from first trial. Wow, this is going to be a whole new trial. No, not all of it. So I definitely got the video on it. So basically, let me see if I can find the video just so we can kind of sum it up. But it was a lot of different things. I done did so many Melly videos. Like so many of them. Like 2023 was like Melly. Okay, all year. That's all you see. Melly, 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 Melly. It's a lot. Yes, you got to definitely binge watch because even like I can't even tell you where to start at. So when did I do this one? Okay, so I did this one. Was this during trial? Okay, that's the witness tampering. All right, so hold on, not that one. We haven't got to that yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. It's so many different ones on here. Oh, I did this one. Okay, so hold on. This is what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna say it because I actually did a video on Mariah Hamilton. Oh, that was loud. On Mariah Hamilton in regards to this case. Okay. So it's called Ynw Melly ex-girlfriend may be the key to the whole case. So I kind of want to see what I said because I'll be honest with y'all. I don't remember what I said in this video. Okay. Oh, this is one of my PowerPoints. Who remember my PowerPoint days? Okay. You couldn't tell me I wasn't doing my big one when I would make no PowerPoints. Looking back at it, it is funny. Okay. But yes, I used to literally make PowerPoint. Good times. Y'all had to be here, okay, to understand it. But let's get into it. Took a couple of days off to give y'all a briefing. All right, back into our Ynw Melly Clue series, okay? So one thing that I think is very important is to understand the importance or non-importance of Mariah Hamilton. So the question is, why is Mariah Hamilton so important to the state's case against Ynw Melly? Mind you, this is the center witness surrounding the new case of witness tampering. So again, it's all opinion based, but it seems like she has a little importance to the case, at least, right? So, one thing that caught my attention while going through the deposition of Detective Moretti is that the video call from the morning of the murders, there's no phone records of the video call, no data records that shows a call came through the phone at that time frame in question. So Mariah Hamilton is needed to confirm that call. Now, yes, her mother, Felicia Holmes, right, said, yeah, I remember, the video call, whatever. That still is hearsay, right? Because she did not receive the call. But if Mariah Hamilton takes a stand and say, I received the call from Melly, blase, that's better. That's an important part of the whole case. Because remember, that call is everything to, guess what? Determine what? If he was there, if he wasn't there, allegedly, right? Now, if y'all recall during the trial, this is something that the judge definitely stated, but Moretti himself confirmed it in his deposition. Text conversation between Mariah Hamilton and Ynw Melly, she has to be the one to confirm that she's indeed speaking with Ynw Melly, okay? They said it at the trial in regards to the text messages between one of the victims and Melly, saying one of them have to confirm the conversation. Now, again, they can put out there and show all these pieces, right, to say this is his phone. However, you can't, from the law standpoint, right, put your decision based on these texts if the other party did not confirm it or not, okay? Next, confirmation that Ynw Melly being present at murder scene, okay? According to her original statement to police, Mariah admitted, okay, that Melly admitted to her being at the scene and witnessing the shooting. Yeah, right? This whole time, like I told y'all many times before, I thought he admitted to doing the actual shooting, but nevertheless, that wasn't what was stated in the original statement. Also, Mariah confirms that Ynw Melly was getting picked up by Fredo Bang. Now, according to what I gathered from the statement, from the part I saw, isn't that she can confirm he actually picked him up, but that he was waiting to be picked up by Fredo Bang. So if you take her actual statement of saying he was waiting on Fredo Bang, mix it with this phone that's allegedly Ynw Melly's, sending a ping to what's believed to be Fredo Bang, that's a stronger piece of evidence than just saying he's son of ping, right? Now, one thing that y'all don't know, or y'all may know, or may not even care to know, but she became a witness after her mother, Felicia Holmes, contacted the police in December 2018. So this is not information that they got as soon after the murders or even after the second crime scene that is believed to be the actual crime scene was found. That was interesting because that holds a lot of weight into my final question of this video. Now, shout out to Law and Crime. They did show this part of the statement, which is a transcript of Detective Mark Moretti and Mariah Hamilton, okay? So it's not the whole thing, but it's part of it. One of her answers was like, for real. And then he was like, yes, or whatever. And then I was like, where are you? And whatever, like that. And he was like, I'm fitting to go to Fredo house or whatever. Did she talk like that for real? Well, I got to remember, this was 5 years ago. She was younger, okay? The question is then, but when he FaceTimed you, was he at Fredo house at that time or was he still? It was dark. Like I didn't even get to see like what his surroundings, like it was really dark. Question, okay, so at that point,
You don't think Fredo picked him up yet? Answer, I don't think so. Question, okay then. So what else did he say to you? That, you know, he said that Redacted got shot. Did he elaborate? Or did he say how or why or where or anything? Answer, no. He was like, they killed them. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Who or whatever? And he was like, they killed them. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, do you want us to come or whatever like that? Got worried or whatever. And my mom had called his mom and told her about it or whatever like that. Who? Jesus. Okay. Then question, okay. And then you came down here, correct? Answer, yes, I did. Question, but you guys didn't go to his house though, did you? Answer, no. Question, you went to Fredo's house? Answer, yes, we went to Fredo's house. Question, where does Fredo live? Do you know the address or? Answer, I don't know the exact address because he shared his location with me, but I know it's like down the road from his old house. Okay, so this is part of it, of the statement. So a couple things that stood out to me, again, that I haven't already mentioned as far as the importance of her statement, because to be honest, one thing I found out in the deposition of Mark Moretti is that it was a pre-interview with Mariah Hamilton right before they actually start recording it. Now, I'm catching certain parts of the statement where it could be like leading her into what to say. For example, the question here, but he when he FaceTime you, was he at Fredo's house at that time, or was he still? For one, if you're just taking the statement, what was you gonna say? Was he still what? You're supposed to let her get to that, right? And then the next question was, so you don't think Fredo picked him up? You know what I'm saying? So again, not saying it was an odd way of questioning, but when you talking about a kid, because at this point when she's like 17 or whatever, like, it seems like you would be switching it up, right? It's like he was pushing her to say something, but she clearly say they killed them, right? That's what, according to Mariah Hamilton, Melly said to her on this FaceTime call, that they kept pushing that trial. So with that being said, it's like if he said that night, they killed them. And then the concern, right? This whole narrative that the concern was for her just to get to Melly, but the concern was that it was a threat against Melly, right? By saying, hey, they said. And she's like, well, do you want us to come? Like, do you need us to come save you type thing? And this is all just my version of how I'm taking it, right? Because I just feel like if it was more so Melly was the one that was being the threat, it will be more so, okay, you good? You sure? And this is just how I'm taking it, right? Compared to, listen, if Mr. True called me and tell me he on some hot boy shit, my first thing is not going to be one to go pick him up or nothing. That I'm just going to be like, you good? Okay. Call me then, you know, whatever. Now, if he hurt, hell, y'all on my way. And that's just how I'm taking it. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay? Now, is she just a pawn? Okay, because for one, her mother is the one who even put her in the crosshairs with the police to even be being a witness, right? But two, Melly has provided whatever information she provided to her at such a young age, and now she's this important piece of the puzzle for whatever reason, right? Three, the police utilizing how naive she was when she was younger, being young, to try to get her to say whatever they needed her to say. Because I say that because Mark Moretti in his deposition says that when he learned that Melly and Mariah was no longer together, he reached out to Mariah to talk to her again. Okay? Again. Also, again, they put a warrant on her for her, forcing her to come be a witness, which she has not yet. But again, is she a pawn? Let me know in the comments. Now, what does she really know? Like, again, they had the illusion that
Melly confessed to her, but in actuality, based on the part of the story or the statement that they put out, is that he is claiming other people did it from the start. Okay, now again, they haven't talked to Mariah until January of 2019. And in January 2019, she states that it was they. Not that he said he did it, he said they did it. With that being said, to be continued. You know, we got many other pieces to break down before the actual trial in January. All right, y'all. So that was one of my older videos, I think from like October 2023. Y'all made, is it 2023? November 5th, 2023, okay? And it's titled Ynw Melly's ex-girlfriend may be the key to the whole case. So at that time, that's how I felt Mariah, how important she was to the case. That's at that time. But this was this was after the trial. So this was when we thought trial was gonna gear back up the beginning of 2024. But remember, all the other stuff happened. So this was my theory then. Now, a lot of that stuff, like I told you at the beginning of the live, still holds true. Like Mariah is still a key part to this case, especially for the freaking state. So I still feel the same way about it, you know. But we'll see as time goes on as far as that. This is crazy. He's been in county jail for 5 years alone. Yeah. And she's been on a run for 5 years. So, you know, so they just bring it to home. Okay. They've been looking for her for 5 years. So that says a lot. They have been looking for her for 5 years. Okay. So let's get back into her interview, and I'm going to try to go through my playlist and find some other ones that will condense. Is when I say it's thousands and thousands of documents, and I'm talking about I went over all of them, you know what I'm saying? So it's so many videos that I'm trying to find the ones where I condensed it for those that's new or that hasn't been following the case like that. But definitely in y'all leisure, go to my playlist for Melly. I have before the trial playlist, I have during the trial, and I have after the trial, and I even have my clue playlist for Melly where I actually went and just started, you know, doing my own investigation into what they were saying. So yeah, I'm talking about even one video, I even went to the gun range because remember, it was a part where they said, because remember, it's a plastic bag. It was a plastic bag in the back seat of the car where they found one in the shell casing. And I believe it was a defense that said, hold on, was it? No. Whoever took the notes for Bortman, remember when Bortman got picked up for the witness tampering charge, and in that notebook they found with all the juror information, it was a note in there saying, well, the bag would have been burnt, something along that line. And I actually went to the gun range and I shot 50 rounds and it didn't burn the bag. So like I really like when I say we got a lot of content with Melly, but I'm gonna let this play and I'm gonna try to find another one that we can listen to that can kind of help y'all bring y'all full speed. But that's why I was telling y'all, those from the YSL sector that want to cover Melly, start from the beginning and work your way up to now. Because I'm telling you, it's so much ins and outs in this case that starting from this point was just, it's not going to do you no justice or your viewers no justice to start at this point. Nikki, what's up? So that's just from one YouTuber to another YouTuber. Start from the beginning and work your way up. Okay. All right, let's get back into it.
I feel threatened.
Yes, sir, I do.
Who do you feel threatened by?
Objection, Your Honor.
Christine Bradley, the prosecutor's office.
This prosecutor.
Yes, I do.
So, with that in mind, we here at Law and Crime had the unique opportunity to actually interview Mariah Hamilton herself. Again, she never appeared in court. Now, in our interview, she was accompanied by her attorney, Christopher Barris. This was in his law office. And also her mother, Felicia Holmes, was there as well. And we asked her some questions. And with that, let's play you our interview. Mariah Hamilton, thank you so much for coming on. I think I want to start off by just saying, I'm so happy to see you and meet you, because it's been kind of, I think a lot of people wanted to hear from you. I think a lot of people were expecting to see you at the trial. And there's been some issues in terms of what's been happening with the police. If you can explain to people why we haven't seen you or heard from you.
You guys haven't seen or heard from me because I'm currently wanted. Uh, I've tried to get the warrant lifted plenty of times, but it's just been like a constant battle with my lawyer and the prosecutor. So I've just been, laying low, trying to get the warrant lifted before I could even come in and, speak my part.
Let's talk about that. So, and by the way, you are in your lawyer's office. Your lawyer, Christopher Barris, is off to the side. He's going to come in a little bit later. Yeah. So I saw that it was only, I think, yesterday or the few days before you filed a
Say LOL. They should have went and got her during the interview, since that she's at her lawyer's office. I don't know if that's legal though. Yeah, but I don't believe this was like in real time. See, that's the thing. And look, law and crime is covered to do that, but I don't think this was in real time. I think this was pre-recorded and they just put it out. So unless they knew in advance when it was going to take place, they would have been too late.
Complaint against the lead investigator in Ynw Melly's trial, Mark Moretti, and you basically accused him of bullying you and harassing you into providing testimony in this case. What can you tell us about that?
When the situation first happened, me and my mom I was starting. I was 17, about to turn 18. They came to my house. They were telling me that they were going to arrest me with accessory after the fact. My mom didn't know what to do. I was young. I didn't have a criminal record. I didn't have a background. I was trying to go to the military at the time, so I had to just tell them what they wanted to hear so they could leave me alone, which I thought they would leave me alone, but they didn't. So, yeah.
Why did they think that you were a part of what happened?
Because I was his girlfriend at the time. So they thought that I knew more than what I was telling them that I knew, which I didn't. So they were just harassing me, being that I was his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time. So,
when you say Mark Moretti was harassing you, what was he saying to you? What was he doing?
I
think that's just like a police questioning skill. Now, don't get it twisted. Depending on what they got on you, they can. But when they gonna definitely threaten you with charges, but without threatening, but they just saying yeah, because if you are lying about something and it comes out that you're lying, they can charge you with accessory or hindering a prosecution or something like that. But that's their way of trying to scare you if you are lying, you know what I'm saying, to tell the truth. So they just couldn't break her.
First came to my house. It was so unexpectedly. I had put up with my cousin, and they were outside my house parked. And I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, what's going on or whatever. I'm asking someone what's going on. She was like, they want to talk to you. You have to talk to them. They're threatening, saying that you're going to go to jail. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I end up telling him my story.
And I say this. Her mom got her, like I said in my original video we just listened to, her mom got her in that shit because she was scared. So she, because she was underage at the time. So your mom scared. No. Talk to him. So at the end of the day, when you in a situation like this, you got to be fearless for you and your child. Because, regardless if she knew something or not, you probably shouldn't have jumped to be scared. Now, that's why when she was on a stand whining and crying about having an ankle monitor on, no, you want to talk to the police. You got mad and, went to talk to the police like a lot of times. Shit like that happens. And now you want us to have sympathy. Now, for Mariah, it's different because she was a kid. But for her mom, look, planted that seed. She, and unfortunately, they're dealing with it 5 years later.
I told him what I knew. He told me that I was lying. He told me that I knew more than what I was telling, and that he was going to he could arrest me for accessory after the fact. So we end up he wanted me to get on a tape recording and tell him what he wanted me to tell him, so which I did. After that, he was like, they wouldn't bother me anymore. I thought they wouldn't bother me anymore. They was still calling and texting my mom, asking for me. I refused to talk so many times. And yeah, I haven't really talked to them ever since then, since 2019. So, yeah.
And now you said that there's an arrest warrant, it's still out, it's still outstanding. Why do you feel comfortable coming out now and talking about this?
Because I just want people to know that I'm not running because of like any money or anything like that. It's because I don't want to go to jail for something that I did. I don't want to go to jail for something that I didn't do or something that I'm not a part of.
So the only thing I'm gonna say about that, Ann says as long as she didn't see weapons and help hide them after she shouldn't be running. It's different though. When you got this is a big case on it. Now again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, well, you pro defense on this case. I am, because I feel like the state dropped the ball. But nevertheless, I'm just gonna say this because this is my honest to God opinion, right? It's like this. When you're already scared, right, that the police gonna arrest you if you don't tell them or say what they want you to say. Now, these are her words. So I can imagine, like, if you're saying she didn't tell me nothing, I didn't see anything, like this and that, and they're like, hell no, yes, you did. Your mama said you did. You did. Now, you gonna either say that you did or your ass going to jail. I would have ran too. Now, that's just going off of what she said. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I would have ran too. If I can't tell you what you want me to tell you, then I'm going to jail. Or think about Moontoon. You know what I'm saying? Moontoon wanted to get out of jail and agreed to what they said, even though that wasn't really the truth. And then what happened? When he came to say, hey, that wasn't the truth, and I tried to tell him, but I'm telling y'all now, he doing 5 years in jail, in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I like how you analyze it. Yes, the state fucked this up, and it's another reason I can't believe he's still in there. Yeah. It's crazy. This case is crazy. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the live.
I just feel like people's looking at my side of this. They're looking at me wrong, and that's not what they're showing is not true. Basically,
you want to clear the record. So you file this complaint against Mark Moretti. What are you hoping happens there?
I hope the judge can lift the warrant off me, and I don't mind coming in to talk. I never mind coming in to talk. Me and my lawyer tried to go in to talk on so many occasions, but I was always threatened with, if I don't tell them what I want to hear, what they want to hear, I'm gonna go to jail. So it's like, I never went to jail before, so that's my main concern right now.
Oh, I get it. Let's talk
What I told y'all. Like, at the end of the day, when you threaten somebody with jail, like, again, especially innocent. Okay, let me not say innocent because I don't know what she. Okay, I'm gonna say, especially with people that's not of jail and prison background, you see men and women that did years in jail and prison that get in they telling on their grandma to get up out of there. So imagine somebody that's never been there. Come on, of course you're gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying? And she watched what played out with her mom. Her mom got locked up for trying to avoid coming to court. And y'all remember the back and forth. If y'all want to, we can watch her testimony, how her and Bradley, I thought it was gonna be a girl fighting in there. And I agree with what John Coochie Cooley. Someone got to pay for those two bodies though. Florida ain't going. And see, that's the reason why they're making all these big mistakes and trying to do all this curveball, gray area shit because they fucked up. For this to have been that big of a case, a death penalty case, it's like they fought more to get it to be a death penalty case than they did actually putting the case together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they definitely now the new one, Buckaloo, I can't, is that the name? The new prosecutor, she's swinging windmilling. She don't care what she got to grab hold to keep this case. And I told y'all back when they first came out in 2023 with the witness tampering case, I told y'all that's going to be their savior. Like, that's going to be, okay, you know what? Bradley fucked this one up. So just in case this don't go through, because again, if the jury would have found him guilty the last time, it was going to be on manslaughter, not murder, and not capital murder, okay? So she's like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and do this case over here, piece it together from the beginning so that we got still a way to keep him in prison. Because, you know, that's a life charge also. So, yeah, like I said, it's a lot of moving parts. Definitely a lot of politics, but ultimately, it was errors made, it was issues made from even the witnesses, from the defendants, from the prosecutors to the defense attorneys that just making this chaotic. And that's why I said if you like the YSL case and you never heard of the Ynw Melly case or followed it, it's a good case to follow because the chaos is definitely there.
A little bit about Ynw Melly. So first of all, how did you meet him and when did you meet him?
I met him, I was 15. Yeah, I was 15. I met him through mutual friends. It was my homecoming night. He had just got out of a program. He had just got out of a program. We met through mutual friends. He was like, his friend was telling me that he wanted to see me after homecoming. So me and my friends was like, okay, we'll link up with you guys after homecoming or whatever like that. So instead of us going to like, you know, after homecoming, you go to after parties, we end up like hanging out with them. And ever since that night, me and him just been cool. Like we just been close ever since then.
Was it like love at first sight? Like you thought he was attractive or like?
I wouldn't say me, but for him,
He was.
He gave me weird. Like when we first met, I thought he was weird. My friends was like, he just really likes you. I'm like, I don't know, but it was cute, but it was like weird too at the same time.
Well, you were so young, right?
Yeah. I was 15. I was 15 and he was like 17, I think. Yeah, he was like 17. So yeah.
What's he like? Like, what's his personality like? Because I think there was a lot made during the course of his trial about his demeanor, you know, smiling in the courtroom, praying, kissing up in the sky. What's he like?
He's just he's different. Like he's a very outspoken person. Like he doesn't mean no harm, but he's really different. Like he's always lightening up the room, like regardless. Like if he's even going through something, nobody would tell because he don't show it. Like he shows it differently. So he's different he's different. He's goofy. Yeah.
What was your relationship like with him?
We was good. Our relationship was good, but we had some bad times too. I wouldn't say we was always good. We had our differences, which any other couple had. But our relationship was good. We was like best friends. He'll tell me anything, I tell him anything. When I'm going through stuff, he'd be there for me. When he's going through stuff, I'd be there for him. So, yeah.
Are you guys currently talking at all, communicating?
No.
Is it because of what happened?
I honestly, it's not even just because of what happened. I just think, you know.
Go, where do Sko? Hey, Sko is funny. Shout out to Sko, man. Sko be over there. I think Trump done paid Sko off, man. Sko be over there talking about politics a lot over there, okay? But definitely, if y'all want to get into the politics conversations, because y'all know y'all ain't going to get that from me, y'all better tap in on one of them lives, okay? You going to laugh. You might cry a little bit, but you definitely going to have a good time, okay? Because he getting into the news of the news. And not just like the hood book of news like I cover, but the daily news, politic news. So y'all definitely tap in with Sko for sure, okay?
It just might not be the right time for for us with the relationship part as of right now. So yeah, maybe we could come along in the in the meantime or in a long run in the future. But as of right now, I'm trying to get myself together, and I know he have a lot going on. So it's like,
has he tried to reach out recently?
No.
A big part of this case was talking about, is it possible Ynw Melly would shoot his two friends? And the question became, is he violent? Have you ever seen him violent in any way?
The crazy part, Melly can't even call on Trump because he don't have a federal case. So he still can't even call on Trump. All right, y'all. So basically, we didn't even have to watch this because my video broken down the most. But all right. So I already told y'all from my point of view why Mariah Hamilton being arrested is so kind of like woo checkmate for somebody. Okay, now off the top of my head, I would think the state because that's who they're trying to use to pin the pieces of the case together that they couldn't pin together the first time. But as y'all can see, if we go off according to what the the state is saying, she has had some type of communication with Melly, but she just said no. So if she still play that type of role, and it may be her truth, hey, Melly might be okay. Is she arrested now? Yes, she is locked up now. That's what got the Melly case in the algorithm right now. Because she got locked up yesterday. I just dropped a video on it today. Was it yesterday or was it today? I don't remember. Yeah, I'll be doing so much content. I can just be done did a video and I forgot already all the details. But this is the video we about to get into now. So this video is again from my clue collection. And it's called Where is Withers? Ynw Melly witness switched up his story, but is he important to the case? Now, Withers was on the witness list. However, he was not one of the ones to testify. So basically, in my clue series for the Ynw Melly case, I looked at the witnesses that didn't appear and I tried to figure out from my point of view, how important are they to the overall case, right? So this is about Withers in the video. One of my good old PowerPoints. I need to do a PowerPoint just for old time's sake. It's been a minute since I did a PowerPoint, but let's get into my PowerPoint. Let's get into the first witness out of the red Jeep, okay? The driver is Ynw Taliban, aka Dontavius Withers. He is the first witness of the second vehicle to be interviewed by police. Hours after the murder, he was approached by Detective Moretti and others to give a statement. And his initial statement does put Ynw Melly in his vehicle. Also, the one witness from the defense, Adrian Davis, was present for this conversation. Now, this conversation was not recorded according to Moretti deposition. On October 26, 2018, he is the one who provided the studio as the last place the group was together. Detective Moretti stated it seemed Withers was not aware his friends were shot. And this is on page 26. Now, again, they lead us to believe that Withers was at Fredo Bang's house with Ynw Melly, allegedly, right? So it popped in my head, well, if they had already been to Fredo Bang's house, you arrive and you're saying that it didn't seem like he knew. So you mean to tell me everybody was at Fredo Bang's house regular? Nobody talked about it? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Now, he also puts only 3 people in the gray Jeep. Portland, victim 1, victim 2. According to Moretti, Withers did most of the talking. Ynw Melly, again, one witness, Adrian Davis, did confirm the same story that Withers said, but he wasn't the one leading the conversation, for lack of better words. October 27, 2018, the day after the murder, the front passenger family member, Terry Bagley, informed detectives that Withers was at their home in Vero Beach. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I have yet to find out exactly why that information was relayed. I don't know if the detectives reached out, but nevertheless, it was like a little alert, like, why would they be saying where he's at? The second interview was recorded. According to the deposition, they turned on the recording once they exited the vehicle. So everything is on the recording, right? Now, during this time, they also showed Withers that, hey, we got the studio video. And according to Moretti, Withers switched up his story. But what actually changed about it, though? Like, did he like lie or like little lie, partial lie? You know, like what really happened? Well, with the second statement, according to Moretti, of course, they traveled down 595 to 75. They pulled over because Melly had to pee. He pulled over because there was a fight, guess what, in the Jeep. Now, they don't elaborate on exactly who was allegedly fighting, but it is in the deposition from Moretti. Also, at this point, Melly got into the red Jeep with Withers, according to the statement that was provided to Moretti. On page 30 of the deposition, Moretti stated he could have threatened Withers during the second interview. However, Withers still maintained that Melly got into the Jeep with him. A phone warrant was obtained for multiple people on October 29th, 2018, Withers being one of them. Now, Withers did provide his own phone number to, guess what, the detective. However, some people in my comments have said, well, maybe he had a second phone. And I'm gonna be honest, this day and time, like today, I definitely would have went with that. But based on just how all the information is coming out, I doubt that he had a second phone. But again, that's just my opinion. Not saying it's not possible. On December 6, 2018, Snapchat search warrant was issued. Why was it issued? Well, Withers told detectives that he pulled over because Melly sent him a Snapchat message. Okay, so on page 56, Moretti stated that he did this warrant just to corroborate the story. However, eventually the records came back and there was no records. No messages, records were found from the morning of the murders on Snapchat from Withers to Demons or vice versa. But I want y'all to keep in mind there is no records either of Melly video chatting Mariah that morning either. So again, I don't know. Could mean a lot, could mean nothing. January 17, 2019, and some of y'all that date is gonna stick out, right? Victim One's aunt gave a sworn statement to police that, for one, Withers was lying. Okay, Nakia Bagley stated that Withers told her that Melly wasn't in his vehicle. Also, she stated that guns were thrown in a wooded area and later retrieved. That part stuck out to me because also on January 17, 2019, for those who was on my live yesterday, Jacoby Mills gave a statement also stating that the guns was in a wooded area that Bortland took them to. He was the one that found the gun and it was bloody and he handed it off to Track. Now, this is my thing with that, right? For one, you go looking for a gun. So obviously you are aware that that's what the purpose of this trip was, to go look for the guns. You find the gun and you picked it up and you handed it off, but you never were charged. That's interesting. Detectives didn't believe Withers based on what the victim's aunt texted them after his second interview. And according to page 101, they actually thought he was being truthful this time. They threatened him and he still maintained Melly was in the car. However, after they left, the aunt texted him like, nah, he lying. And at that point, they started looking at the evidence differently. So now they're looking at that video of Melly getting in that car on top of Bortland, deception to them. Now on top of they had to come back twice to talk to one person. And now one of the victim's family members saying, oh, they capping, they lying. He told me he lying. So now they're like, all right, yeah, it's definitely probably Melly. And I'm just going to be honest, read the whole 134 pages of the deposition of Moretti, and you'll get that vibe too, because in so many words, he basically said that's what happened. Now, victim one mother and aunt was present during part of the recorded statement, the second statement, right? According to Moretti, they were asked to leave so that the interview can be conducted. That's on page 105. Willis was interviewed the second time at the home of victim one's family. However, he maintained that Melly got into the Jeep with him.
According to cell phone records, Withers didn't make any detours, okay? However, truth to y'all let me know in the chat, did they confirm he never stopped, though? I do recall them stating that the drive from the studio to the gate matched up with the time it took them. But again, have y'all never got out at a red light real quick to switch seats? I don't know. Does it say the phone stopped even for a second? Or does it never stop? I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Y'all know I did fall asleep a couple times. Y'all let me know in the chat. Withers is listed on the witness list, but wasn't called at trial 1. I thought that was interesting enough because it seems like he's a very important piece for either the defense or the state, to be honest. Just depends on how you about to swing it. However, I do remember him being on the list as not being reachable as far as for a deposition. Y'all let me know. Was Withers ever deposed or not? Now, I'm going to tell you this. If they say they have had trouble finding him if he never was deposed or not, Withers has been actively making music. And I say actively because he actually has a premiere today, this morning, on November 7th, right, of a new video. But it's one video in particular you might want to go take a look at. It's from about 3 years ago, and he said some interesting stuff. I'm going to even put a clip of it in this video.
Speak on my name, put the city on smash. Push up in the hood and the whip paper tag. So the bad my youngin', you know he gon' crash. They free my little bro, give a fuck if they mad.
Let's keep going. Truth team, do you think he will appear at trial 2? Y'all let me know in the comments. I'll be honest, I don't think so. Because he says a lot of game-related stuff that make you think it's the game before anything. But again, that's just based off, all the information that was at trial 1, that they stay strong if they take that creed. But, hey, y'all let me know. With that being said, man. All right, y'all. So that was that one. So what y'all think? Salute Gangsta Camp. What y'all think? Like, when I say y'all gonna have to check out that playlist though to get all my videos, like I read so many documents on this case, and y'all know, especially back when I was heavy in doing the breakdowns, I would do a PowerPoint to kind of condense the information as best as possible so that everybody can keep up. So for my people that want to check that out, make sure you check it out. Like, I got so many Melly videos that don't make no sense. Okay, so many. All right. Yeah, I need to see all the evidence that was allowed. Yeah. So it's one more video. And this is just because we didn't really talk about the second case, the witness tampering case. So I did a video where I broke down the notebook. Hold on, y'all. Where I broke down a notebook. So we're gonna do that one, and then we're gonna wrap this thing on up. But like I said, y'all just make sure y'all tap in and hold on, tap in, binge watch, especially on the Melly. Melly, I got a lot of Melly content just like I do O Block. So Melly, O Block, BML, like the cases I started from beginning to the end. And y'all will love them PowerPoints, okay? They used to pick at me in my PowerPoints. So. But hey, y'all understood the information, right or wrong. All right, let's get into it. I got in trouble for that one time. I ain't had to get in trouble for that no more. But nevertheless, I guess it's different when you talking about a book of trial notes. Yeah, like literally a book of trial notes. But let's get into it. And just a little backstory for those who don't know. Ynw Bortland, aka Courtland Henry, is the co-defendant for the double homicide and now the witness tampering case with Ynw Melly, aka Jamel Demons. Okay, y'all know I normally say demons, but whatever, right? Book has been found when they searched the home of Bortland, a pink book on the bed. But let's get into the paper. A pink ledger was located on the bed. Upon review of the ledger, it appears to have trial notes in it. The ledger also contained what appears to be physical descriptions of the jurors along with seating locations. These include such descriptions as white boy, old lady, Spanish lady, Miss Jones. One juror was labeled as ready to go. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. For those who don't know,
almost every law firm, okay, has a legal analyst, legal assistant, sometimes even a paralegal, depending on the size of the law firm, that goes sit into the trials and take notes. I'm just gonna be real. That's always done. Now, what makes this a little sketchy, I'm gonna be honest, is that a defendant of a joining case to this trial has the notes. I ain't gonna lie, that's a little shaky. However, they are legal analysts and legal assistants that actually go do this type of thing, right? And will find the holes in the story and relay it to the law office. So, for example, let's just say this was a person on Borton's legal team, right? Their job is to go see where they're weak at so that when they're preparing for their defense, now remember at this time, Bortland is under the impression he's going to trial in October, okay? So it would make sense. Now, what again makes it a little shaky, okay, the ready to go, I ain't gonna lie. Labeling a juror ready to go is wild, okay? And I don't even see how that, you know what I'm saying, will be a law firm. I'll be honest. Now, again, it could be regular people that go in. I mean, I wouldn't say regular people. You gotta have some type of legal experience. But anyway, it could just be a normal person that goes in and like take these notes. But to say ready to go, that I mean, under the circumstances that is a witness tampering case, I would definitely be looking at the ready to go part a little strange. All right. So key things that they put in: Felicia phone call, but no record. AD unlocked the door. No stippling, finger shot. Medical examiner, FBI, DNA didn't. February 2019. So again, I mean, random different notes, but I'll be honest, just because I have done my own note taking, okay, on this trial, I have some of the same things. The no stippling thing on the finger, I just said, no gunshot residue on it. So it's definitely somebody that's paying attention to the holes in the story. Now, Raven, I think is like one of the lawyers, right? Then it say I didn't. Then it's got like markings. I don't really know. To be honest, I think this is just doodles, right? Now, being that Raven name is right there, we can allude, and the state is probably going to allude that it's somebody from Melly's defense team that's doing this and probably is passing it off the border. I can see that being the play. And to be honest, I mean, it wouldn't be a far-fetched situation to try to run. But I definitely think that's going to be the play here just because, again, certain things will stand out. Now, as far as the seating chart, right, I'm going to be honest. As a legal assistant that goes sit into trials and actually take notes, and that's why I'm very good at reacting to trial hearings, right, is because you have to pay attention. I have definitely paid attention to the makeup of the jury, okay, because that's very important when you're trying to read the jury to see, okay, you got women, you know, unfortunately, ladies, they think we're emotional. So if you have majority women, you may do an analysis that they're going to do a more emotional vote depending on the crime, things like that. Now, again, doesn't mean that is right, doesn't mean that is wrong, but legal law, like, you know, law firms do have people that actually go in and do that. But again, the ready to go thing is crazy, okay? All right, so this is where I would have to say, now, if you look at the bottom, they breaking down men versus women, which is how it normally will go. Your notes will show that. How many black people, how many white people, stuff like that. Now, my question would be this. If, for example, this ready to go juror, if they can match that juror to the alleged juror that was the only one standing saying that, you know, not guilty, and the one that ended up persuading two others, if they can show evidence that that is that person, now they may have, it still would be circumstantial, but that would be a better avenue to say, if ready to go
is actually indeed the same juror that was a standout as far as voting. So I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us at some point, but that's just my opinion on that. That will make the case a little stronger. However, does that mean it will make the witness tampering case stronger? Nah, not really, because just because a juror maybe have been tainted really ain't got nothing to do with the witness, but that's a whole nother beast, okay? Now, in this, it has more notes, okay? And again, I don't see nothing really out of the ordinary other than the ready to go thing. That's a little weird, okay? That's definitely a little weird. It's hard. Yeah. This probably is a young person too, and not young like a teenager, but this is probably like a young person because like doodles hearts and stuff. That's But let's keep going. All right, so it says keyholes and certain bullet holes, meaning there was movement during time of shooting. So with that being said, this is definitely somebody that understands forensics to a certain degree to know it still means that it's movement, right? Then it says let Cortland out on bond with 2 capital felonies and 2 accessories. Okay. That's a question everybody has. Now, again, do I think possibly this is Cortland people? I don't know. And the reason why I said that, because why is that a question that you would have if you working for that legal team or for that person? So I don't know about that one. Fail to show motive. Why would someone kill 2 best friends? That's a question a lot of people have too. Everybody have their own opinion on what's what. Could this person just be a regular onlooking of the trial? Could this person be somebody that's working for one of the law firms? Who knows, okay? Next, medical examiner and shooting reconstruction contradicts each other. No hemorrhage to Chris Thomas' hand. And that's correct. No gunshot residue, none of that. So that is an actual accurate note to put because I even had that same question. Felicia Holmes' testimony said Riri got a call from Jamel, but there's no record. Now, this is crazy because he used someone else's phone. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? Shout out to Music 101 and Marita Boy. We was actually talking about this last night. This key point I didn't even think about, right? Because I was going off of the evidence alleged that the state has. Because now that you put into play, it's another phone being used. A couple things, right? If Ynw Melly uses somebody else's phone to call Mariah Hamilton for that FaceTime call that cannot be found on phone record. All right, hold on. So I want to hold on. My phone. Yeah, okay. So I want to say this, right? We have since the making of this video, we have since covered 2 trials where we now know why it's not showing up, because if it's a FaceTime call, remember it won't be records of it. We learned that in the O Block case and we learned that in the YSL case. So thinking back to the Ynw Melly first trial, I don't remember if they broke it down like that. And again, I made this video after trial, so I'm assuming either they didn't say it or I missed it. Okay, so just want to put that in because this was recorded in 2023. Okay, back to it. Right, that would mean he would have had to been picked up, right? Or he actually had a different phone and was not using the phone that they're alleging he was using. I mean, come on now. I know y'all be like, I be siding with Mel, but think about it. If this is a notebook obtained at Bortland's house, okay, it says because he used someone else's phone. That's why there's no record of it. So that will lead you to think if he had access to another phone, right? Were they actually tracking Melly's phone after all? And I'm going to take it one further. If he was using another phone, does that mean he actually was picked up at the time of the phone call and not waiting on a ride? Because if that's the case, the state's timeline is off. That means our phone records don't really stand a chance. Because if that comes into question, there was a whole nother phone, and this whole case is based off of tracking 9807. Don't quote me on the last four. I think that's the last four. You know what I'm saying? I had already told y'all it was shaky reading the deposition of Detective Moretti when he said they was pinging Melly's phone allegedly all the way to the point where Track brought the phone just for them to go to try to take everything off of it and realize it's a whole new phone. So again, it's a little shaky. It seemed like they own something. Okay, now again, this document was pushed out by the state. But if the defense on either side play it correctly, it's a way to get in there and mess up the whole timeline. If indeed it was another phone, because remember, they said they checked the radius of the crime scene. No other phones was pinging in that area. All right, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all go check out that. It was another one because I actually did a timeline video. I don't know how long it is. Let me see how long it is first. But I actually did the timeline video on from my interpretation of the thing, the information. So let me see if I can find it real quick. And if it's not that long, we can watch it. And then y'all just gonna have to watch the rest on your own, okay? Because like I said, it's a lot of videos. What would a name? Boy, this was some good times back doing these videos. I ain't gonna lie. It used to take a long time to get on PowerPoints. Oh, I think this is it. All right, so a little disclaimer, okay? For the ones that's new, one thing about the Melly case, as far as my coverage of it, is because it was so many moving parts that, to be honest, it was so many ways to look at it. So I did so much content on going against what everybody was putting out as far as what could have happened and all that. So I was just going off of all different type of theories. Okay, so just for those who don't know, okay, and this is the reason why a lot of people be so mad at me when it comes to the Melly case, because I looked at a lot of different avenues. Something I feel like the police should have did for one. I feel like any investigation, you should look at all avenues, not just, go tunnel vision on one. So this video is called Ynw Melly Case Could Take a Turn. What if Bortland is more involved? A new player enters the plot. I don't remember what I said in this video, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. 3 pages to be exact, to one of the documents. So here's a video, okay? Now, this is a plot twist. So FYI, my interpretation of what they put in the paperwork, and I pieced it together to do my plot twist. Okay, people? All right. So let's get into it. November 14, 2018 is when a general affidavit and application to search warrant was issued. As y'all can see, it's for the iCloud account to be searched. It's hosted by Apple, located at Apple Inc. And it also says it's a iPhone 10, phone number 772-713-9807. If you don't remember no other numbers, I know y'all definitely remember 9807 because they said it so much at the first try. Let's get into the timeline. And again, this has been gathered from that document, okay? If you are already a member of my Patreon, you have access to that already to look at it in full, okay? October 26, 2018, at 3:20 a.m., 8 individuals left the studio. The studio is located at 805 Northeast 4th Avenue, Okay, that's in the paperwork and also in local news articles. You can look for that too. According to Google, okay, it's 39 minutes if you take the Sharing the Street way, okay, from the studio to the Ynw house, okay. From Withers' second statement, Melly got into his car at I-75 near Sharing Street exit. According to Google, that's a 39-minute trip. If you depart at 3:20 a.m., which is regular traffic, you would arrive about 3:59 a.m., okay? However, based on the probable cause provided for that warrant on November 2018, they departed at 3:20 a.m., which can be verified by the studio video, and arrived at the gate at 3:49 a.m., which can be verified by the gate video, which is a 29-minute trip. So it's about a 10-minute difference from what Google says it should be and what their actual arrival time is. And this is for Withers, okay? What I did was this. When I actually put in the studio address and the gate address for the Ynw house, right? Just trying to find the fastest route. The fastest estimate that they gave me was 37 minutes, okay? And based off the timeline providing the investigation, Withers would have arrived at the gate 8 minutes sooner than the Google estimate. So again, when you just do a regular going off of him saying the Sharing Street exit, it's 39 minutes, right? But if you just do the fastest route that Google can provide, is 37, which is still greater than the time it actually took him allegedly to get to the gate, right? Now, is it possible that a brief stop occurred? I told y'all that before. I have switched seats real quick at a stoplight, real quick, boom, real quick, boom. But is it possible? According to the probable cause warrant, the cell record shows no stops or delay from the studio to the gate for Withers, meaning the red car, right? But something to think about. Was it no red lights or stop signs along the way? And I need my people that be in the comments that's from down there to let me know. Is on that route, is there any stop signs or red lights? Second, why look for the Snapchat message if the record shows no stops? Because I was kind of scratching my head. Part of me want to say, well, that's thorough to still check it. Then part of me was like, but if you know for certain no stops occurred, why look for a message to confirm that a stop occurred? But that's just how I'm looking at it. Now, keep in mind, Detective Moretti stated that they only believe Withers was lying after the second statement, based on the statement made by one of the victim's aunts. Was speed taken into consideration? Like, I really want to know that because, like, you know, somebody asked me how long it take me to get to Charlotte. It's going to be a totally different answer than if you Google it because, you know, I drive speeding. Now, no GPS of either vehicle was obtained, nor records that can verify the speed of either vehicle. Now, 3:30 a.m., according to the probable cause warrant, victim 2 asked his girlfriend, what's her location via text? And this is according to his girlfriend. Now, it caused me to get scratching my head because I'm like, okay, Withers stated Melly got in his car due to a fight happening in the Jeep. And I want to ask y'all this. Could Withers be telling the truth about picking up Melly off of Sharing Street exit? Y'all let me know in the chat. Could the fight actually be a reference, though, to the shooting? Could the shooting have happened during that time? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now, again, Withers stated he picked up Melly. This is the second statement, though, okay? Sharing the Street exit off of I-75. And y'all, these pictures is just Google Maps. I ain't never been down here. Do not hold me to the exact preciseness of these, just to give y'all a visual, okay? Now, my next question I asked myself was, what happened between 3:20 a.m. to 3:30 a.m.? And for those who haven't caught on why that particular time frame, is because the video leaving the studio, everybody looks in good spirits. Don't look like nobody having no issues at 3:20 a.m.
And if a text was sent to the victim's girlfriend at 3:30, you know, like, well, what was transpiring, right? Now, the state alleged, the witnesses stated that they planned to go straight home after leaving the studio. However, victim 2 requesting girlfriend location could mean his plans were to go see her, not go back to the YNW house. Now, whether it was just because or to get away from whoever was fighting in the car, it still can give the assumption, or you can assume, right? Or it's a possibility he wasn't planning on going straight back to the YNW house. Now, this is what I couldn't locate. Did they retrieve the cell phone records for this text that was sent to the girlfriend? Because to me, verifying that that text took place can confirm the shooting did not take place prior to 3:30 a.m. Because again, time of death cannot be determined or was not determined. So right now, all you need is evidence to try to narrow it down to a time frame. Okay, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Now, video shows both vehicles passing by the McDonald's at 3:46 a.m. Okay, so that's about 16 minutes after the text sent to the girlfriend allegedly, right? Based on the Google Map estimate of 3 minutes from McDonald's to the gate of the YNW house neighborhood, Ynw Melly would have to get out the Jeep prior to passing McDonald's, which then will lead me to assume, right, if we're going with that narrative, that the time frame of the shooting would have took place between 3:30 a.m. to 3:46 a.m. Let that simmer on your brain real quick. And y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I'm going to keep going. According to Detective Moretti, the Jeep was driving normal the entire time. Now, these are the videos that, based on me reviewing paperwork, I came to find out. If y'all found another one, let me know in the chat now, okay? 3:20 a.m., they can confirm it with the studio video. 3:46 a.m. is the McDonald's area video. 3:49 a.m. is the gate video. 3:53 a.m. is the 19200 block, and 4:06 a.m. is that same block, but eastbound. Okay? And I want y'all to pay attention closely to those 19200 blocks. Okay? And I know I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. 19,200 block or whatever. Okay? Pay attention to those. Now, again, at 3:49 a.m., the red Jeep arrives at the gate. They have the video for it. Takes exactly 3 minutes. This is why I say I do not feel, in my opinion, the switch happened there. Okay, it's just it's just not setting right with me that within 3 minutes that's where the actual switch take place. Now, but mind you, if you're going off of what would have said, it wouldn't have took place here anyway, because he said the Sheridan Street exit. Now, cell site records reveal the following. Okay, they reveal again what the video shows, that at 3:49 a.m. okay, that Withers was at the gate. The video shows it. Cell site records also show that Melly and victim 1 were traveling north on Southwest 184th Avenue towards Pines Boulevard, and then turned west on Pines Boulevard. Now, mind you, that's only 2 out of 4 of the occupants of the car. Now, 3:53 a.m., video shows Jeep traveling on 19,200 block towards US 27. 4:06 a.m., they are returning from that area eastbound. All right, so that's only about 13 minutes from the time the camera caught them going to the time the camera caught them going back. My question would be, Are they able to see clear view into the car though? But again, I haven't heard, I don't recall it at trial, but you know, I'm not going to sit here and say I watched every moment of it. But y'all let me know if y'all caught something. Does it add up though? 9807 phone was outside of the vehicle according to cell data records at 4:03 a.m. This is the alleged time frame that the drive-by is staged. However, 3 minutes later at 4:06 a.m., the Jeep is passing back on the 19,200 block eastbound. I mean, again, that's a lot to do because, mind you, from 3:53 a.m. when they passed the camera the first time to the fact when they said allegedly, right, Melly gets out the car to stage the drive-by, that's about how long? What, 10 minutes? But it only takes 3 minutes to circle back? I don't know, but y'all let me know. Does it add up? Now, at 4:32 a.m., the iCloud of 9807 separates from the iCloud of the victim. And the reason why I switched it up and say the iCloud, because in actuality, that's what they're tracking, not per se the phone. They're tracking the iCloud is just associated with the particular phone. And I'll get into that a little later. Now, according to the documents, the movements from 4:06 a.m. to 4:35 a.m. is cell data records only. It's no video. Only when they go back past eastbound and then when Bortland arrives at the ER. So a couple questions I want to ask y'all, and y'all let me know in the chat. Where is the phone pinging during this time? Is the phone stationary? What calls and or texts were made or received? And what data was used during this time frame? Now, at 4:33 a.m., Withers left home. Yeah, that's an interesting detail. I know, because I didn't even know that part, right? Yeah, so cell site records revealed. And it says the phone of Withers also contradicts what he stated in his to the official. Withers left his house in Memoir and was on US 27 at approximately 4:33 hours. This evidence was in direct contradiction to what was stated to the officiant at the hospital by Henry. 4:33 a.m., right? What would Withers be doing back out the house? Now, mind you, he just got home at 3:49 a.m. Why is he back out at 4:33 a.m.? Now, a couple questions for y'all. Okay. Yes, I'm rubbing my hands together. Did Withers receive any calls or texts once arriving at the gate at 3:49 a.m.? Now, according to the deposition and the paperwork, they pulled his records. Did they find any calls or anything? Right? So, if Ynw Melly remained in the car until 4:32 a.m., could Withers have picked him up? Did Withers take Melly to Fredo Banks' house? Was it Withers' phone that was used to call Riri, aka Mariah Hamilton? Y'all let me know what y'all think. These just questions. Next. This is the plot twist. Shout out to Marie the boy. I love when he says I've been taking his word. What if Bortland had the phone in 9807? I know. Y'all gonna be like, but Mickey. Okay. Well, listen. What if Bortland tossed the phone out the window en route to the hospital? Now, these are what ifs. I already know y'all about to tear up that comment section, okay? Now, is that why Melly had to get a new phone on October 29th, 2018? And yes, I did not just pull that out of my ass, okay? Detective Moretti in his deposition says once they retracted the phone, or whatever the word is they do the phone, it was determined a new phone was purchased on October 29th, okay? Just for those who don't be following along. So, my question is this. Whose phone did they actually ping near the canal? Remember, they pinged the phone near the canal. That's why they went diving thinking the gun and stuff was over there. Did the 9807 phone actually ping at the video shoot though? I don't see it in the probable cause. Y'all let me know what document y'all saw that in. Could Withers and or Melly had went back to get the phone near the hospital and that's why it's pinging near the canal? Better yet, I just came over this one. I'll wait. 4:35 a.m. Bortland arrives at the hospital with the victims. That's video evidence. It takes about 12 to 14 minutes to get to the hospital from the Pembroke Road area, right? And this is just according to the Google mapping, all right? According to the timeline, the victims were dead for about 26 minutes before arriving at the hospital. And I think they actually say 30, but my calculation, I say about 26, which you can round up to 30 minutes, right? And again, as I told y'all, they're pinging the iCloud, not the phone technically, but more than likely the iCloud is linked to the phone, okay? And I use that because you see the description. It says the iCloud account, all right? Now, cell history records, okay, was requested for October 26, 2018, between the hours of 3:50 a.m. through 4:30. All right, y'all. So make sure to watch the video about the evidence being changed because a lot of this evidence got thrown out, including the cell history records. So make sure you just be updated, okay? Because this I started from the beginning and worked my way up. Okay, but yep, videos for all of it. Check it out. All right, we're almost done with this one, y'all. 35 a.m. Eastern time. Also, they wanted the radius check for cell phone usage. Only 0.1 of a mile. Okay, that's it. Now, in my opinion, seems like a small time frame to request records for it. Now, is that because they wanted to just poke holes in the story of Bortland? Because at this point, they definitely feel like, he's lying, right? Or was they really trying to fully investigate a double homicide, right? They weren't trying to tunnel vision that, right? Now, this is my question that I was getting to earlier. I had added a slide into the video. Hey, how far is the canal from the hospital? And I think that's probably not even the question. It's really, do or could they use the same cell tower? Why do you say that, Mickey? Because could the phone have been pinging near the canal on October 26, 2018, but was actually about 3 minutes away from the hospital? Did they ever search the area of the hospital for the phone? And I say this because if you're saying Ynw Melly had the phone and got out the car, and then you don't track it no way else besides to a canal, it makes me think, was it ever at the canal? Is the phone still to this day somewhere on the ground under some mud or under some dirt? Or like, is it? I doubt it. But I'm just saying, did they ever look? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now, again, my mind just be like thinking about things and it be like, ooh, interesting. They don't use the cell records to find Melly from November 2018 to February 2019. In Moretti's deposition, he says they were unable to get in contact with Melly to do an interview with him to find out what's going on at all. The only time they ever find Melly is when Melly turns himself in and they try to talk to him. And of course, he said, talk to my lawyer. But they ping it, right? They ping the phone to obtain it from Track during a meeting at the state attorney's office. For those who don't know, in the deposition, Moretti says they knew for certain Track had the phone because they were pinging it in real time. So they knew it was like in his pockets. Okay. And that's on page 35 of the deposition for those who wonder. So you could do it then. Why wasn't you doing it in between so you could, again, find out what he knew or what he could tell you? And I'm going to give y'all an example. The YSL case, one of the co-defendants, okay, Walter Murphy, one of his older cases, they pinged his phone to find him because he had a warrant, okay, in real time. So I know they have the capability of pinging it in real time. So why wasn't it done to find him to bring him in for questioning? I don't know. Is that reaching? Y'all let me know in the chat. Truth Team, what you think? Like, for real, what y'all think? Y'all let me know, be honest, be respectful, okay? But I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Oh, you got to love a Mickey Truth. PowerPoint. Boy, it's been a minute. And listen, y'all. I had to do so much reading. So just think of it. I read all the documents. Then I condensed it down into key points into a PowerPoint to present to y'all. Like, I used to spend so much time music, and they used to laugh at me. Like, now the PowerPoint, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get all the details out to the Truth Team, okay? Oh, I spent a lot of time on the PowerPoints. Now, like I said, I haven't done a PowerPoint in a long time, just because I really haven't deep dived into a case yet. And so far, I'll be honest, I may do the Julio Fulio case like that because that seems like that's going to be a lot of moving parts, but I haven't found a case yet since the Melly case that has been intriguing to me to want to go actually deep dive into something. But like I said, it's many videos I have on that. I'm trying to find the one where I went actually testing for the showcase. Hold on, let's see. Well, yeah, it was definitely some good times covering the Ynw Melly case. So again, if y'all are new to the channel, make sure, hold on, is it this one? Make sure y'all go catch up on the Melly stuff. No, that's not it. All right. Was it a short or did I add it to a video? I don't know. I think I uploaded it as a short or something. Hold on, y'all. What's up, friend? I'm about to get off live. All right. It would have been after that one. All right, but yeah, y'all just check it out. Like I said, I got a lot. We broke down the medical examiner testimony. We did a lot. Like I said, I went in a lot of detail with this case. So yeah, y'all check it out. I'm still trying to find that video. No, can't be that one. I think it's like at the end of a video. Yeah, I think it's like at the end of the video. But I don't know which video it is. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. But yeah. Nevertheless, that's what I got for y'all tonight. Y'all know I ain't came on here for long. I just wanted to talk about it because it was intriguing that witness we've been talking about for years at this point finally is in custody, and will have to, regardless if she decides to say anything or not, she's about to come face to face with Broward County. At this point in time where they know they're scratching at like the walls, yeah, looking forward to seeing how that plays out. With that being said, y'all, I hope y'all have a good night. I'm about to get up off of here, and y'all already know I have said it so many times. Everything is based off my opinion and my interpretation. But if you didn't know how I feel about my opinions, here you go. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what? I'm like, fuck yeah. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast. Mickey talks the truth.
I got truth on my mind. I got truth on my mind. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind.
Hey, listen, you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name.